Caring, hardworking, athletic, smart, funny, which are also probably the top 5 attributes I look for in a human being. So I guess it evens out. That makes sense.
Intelligent, hardworking, beautiful, amazing, and then a goofball.
The very, very first time I met Jarrod, I was a senior at Endicott, and Jarrod worked, he was a GA. And when I met him, it was like nothing more than just being like, oh, that's a new dude on staff. Like nothing beyond that, like no conversations, like thinking back to the very first time I met him, like just, hi, like that was it. But then you got to know this person, and I was like, wait a sec, this is my human being.
She used to work at this like smoothie bar. I think she like created it at Endicott. When we first started talking and spending more time together, like I would get excited when I knew she was working at the smoothie shop. But the days in which she wasn't working, I was just like, oh, this kind of stinks. I'm probably not gonna see her today unless she comes up to the office.
The first time I met his family, I went to his house and met his mom and his brother, and just welcoming human beings. His mom is like hardcore Italian lady, has a big time corporate job. Like on paper, you're thinking like, maybe this lady's a little scary. I think, am I gonna be intimidated by this human being? Like, I don't really know, but is a like a gentle, kind soul, like that cares about every single person around her, has put everybody before her, like throughout her entire life. And like, especially like Jarrod and his brother, and has cared for everybody around her. And it's almost like you can just feel that immediately.
But the first time I went up to meet her family, hit a ton of traffic, flew on Port Planning in Hartford. So naturally showed up about 40 minutes late to a place I had never been. So was already nervous to start, then was late. And I was like, listen, do not wait for me. If that's what people are doing, just go ahead. I don't need anything. She came out, grabbed me, and then I remember walking back onto the patio. One of her dad's friends then was like, oh, is this the guy that's like an hour late? And I was like, oh my God, here we go. So.
Ooh, okay.
Let's see.
Oh my God, okay. I want to think about it. What's going to happen is I'm going to think about one, and then I'm going to continue to think about more and more and more. But one of our first dates was we went to the driving range. We were at the driving range. We played mini golf first, which of course was competitive, and then went to the driving range and ultimately like developed this stupid like who can hit it closer to the target game that we then were there for like 45 minutes to an hour, because one, neither of us could hit the target, and then two, just having fun and like being so stupid. And it was just the most genuine, like, I could just sit here with you for hours and just do this for so long.
We were coming back. We were at Endicott, and I think she was going back to Connecticut. It was just a random Sunday. I think she had to stop at the mall for something, so we stopped at the Natick Mall, just as the 5-year-olds I think we are at heart, and I think kind of everyone is with their significant other. We went to Dave & Buster's, and we probably hung out there for 2-3 hours. We had appetizers, just played games. And it was a blast. The energy she brings, the goofiness, she's always down for anything. So sometimes it's the smaller dates and things like that, the small moments you cherish a little bit more.
I have 2. I'm gonna say 2. I would love to relive getting proposed to, simply because he did a wonderful job of surprising me. So I actually had no idea it was coming, and I blacked out. So I couldn't tell you what he says. I legitimately have no idea. I know he said something to me, but I have no clue what it is. So I would love to be able to relive that moment. But secondly, we have this one moment where like we were first, when I was living in Connecticut and Jarrod was up in Massachusetts, we would see each other every other weekend, or would try to just see each other as much as we could. I was up here in Massachusetts and we were like hanging out for the day, and I was supposed to go back to Connecticut to like go out to eat with my family or something like that. And I called my mom because I really didn't want to go. I kind of wanted to stay up here. She was like, yes, that's fine, whatever. And like the amount of it was the purest level of joy. We had like first started dating, and like to get an extra day together, because like we both were working crazy schedules, we were like jumping up and down. It was like the most pure form of like love, but it was just so funny, and I would relive that moment.
But I remember we were in the car and she was saying how she didn't want to leave and I didn't want her to leave. And then she called her parents and was like, can I just come home tomorrow? And they were like, fine, but you have to come home tomorrow. And then once she hung up, we were just like 2 kids like jumping up and down in the car because we got one extra day to hang out with each other, one night to stay stay with each other. And now when you think back to it, it's pretty obvious that's probably the moment for myself to be like, that I love this girl. Alex, I love you. I fall more and more in love with you every single day. I am so excited to marry you. I am so excited to start our futures together. You mean the world to me, and you are truly the best thing that has ever happened to me, and I am so grateful for that. I love you.
One message to you, Jarrod, before you get married. I love you so, so, so much. And you are my favorite human being on this planet. And I don't want that to ever change. And you're my best friend. And I cannot wait to do life with you. I cannot wait to go through ups and downs and have a family together and all the things we've always talked about doing. I genuinely cannot wait for. And I cannot wait to just like support you and have the absolute best life with you.